everybody? Welcome to the Fantasy Couch Podcast. Mike is in Europe and doing the podcast solo one more time until he comes back. Got a great fantasy football, NFL fantasy football show for you guys. Today we're going to be talking about the worst. We're going to be talking about the most disappointing and seeing what you guys think. And we're going to be talking about Week 10, answering all your fantasy football questions. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do the questions at the end. We're now live on YouTube, by the way. And whether you're on YouTube, listening to us, watching us, or on your favorite podcast, listen to us. Thank you so much, Couch fam. I just really appreciate you guys. Yesterday, Wednesday evening, we had the most intense, craziest Albie in the building, Rocky in the building. Yeah, you guys know. I think Naaman was there too. We had the craziest hack my lineup. It's just hard to explain. We had a Bay Area legend who got his lineup hacked. He was on the news. He was really popular. He's this kid on the news. Now he's all grown up getting his lineup hacked. So we had a Bay Area legend on there. We had Prestige, Mr. Prestige on there. A lot of donations, a lot of fun, a lot of goofs, a lot of gaffs. So it was a good time. If you don't know what Hack My Lineup is, every Wednesday I go on and people give me, we go live on the main YouTube channel. People give me their fantasy logins. Yes, they're crazy and bold enough to give me their logins, and I log into their account. I have full reign. I get to add players, drop players, change your team name, propose trades, reject trades, start, sit, anything. I have complete reign over your team. And it was just, you never know what's going to happen on that episode. The week before, it was pretty uneventful. Only really hacked one or two people, and it was just chilling. And, I mean, it was a good time, but then this time was way more intense. People cared a lot. Emotions were high. I don't know. It was very intense, but it was a lot of fun. I want to create that type of atmosphere where it's exciting and just crazy. And thanks to you guys, it was. That live stream has a little bit of magic. Shout out to the people right now. Andrew in the building. Already said what's up to Naaman, Albie, Rocky in the building right now, live. So, thanks. I want to definitely thank our sponsor for this podcast episode, Monkey Knife Fight. Thank you guys so much for sponsoring this episode. It's the live stream and the podcast is sponsored by monkeyknifefight.com. So I need people that are tuned in right now live and people on social media. You probably already chimed in if you're on social media. Just want to know, and I'll give you my thoughts behind this because I have an answer to these too. Who do you think is the most disappointing quarterback this year? So those of you in the live chat, please answer. Who's the most disappointing quarterback this year? I'll give you two names. I honestly don't have any more than two unless you can come up with them. It's really between these two players, and that's Baker Mayfield, a.k.a. Baker, negative fantasy point maker Mayfield, and Mitch Trubisky. Mitch, please, as some call him. And so between those two, who do you think it is? Jameis Winston's not the most disappointing quarterback this year. Andy Dalton is another name. Yeah, that would come up. Cooking with Curry says Trubisky. Yeah, Winston definitely not. Winston throws a lot of picks. He's not great or anything, but I mean, people are starting him in fantasy. Like that goes. If you're fantasy teams mean a lot to us. If you're starting him in fantasy, he can't be the most disappointed, right? So. Baker, the interception maker, says Roger. Mitch didn't have as high expectations as Baker. Well, my answer is actually Mitch Trubisky because, yeah, I guess Baker did have high expectations. They were talking Super Bowl and Odell and all this. But here's a couple things. I think Mitch Trubisky, all he had to do was be a decent quarter, like Alex Smith. Mitch Trubisky had to be Alex Smith. Make a couple plays down the field on occasion. Don't turn the ball over. And just be decent. Be a game manager. Make the right reads. And get the points. And so my answer is Mitch Trubisky. Matt Nagy has not helped Trubisky. He's made some dumb decisions. I still think Matt Nagy's a good coach. I think Matt Nagy is human. He's perplexed. And because Trubisky has been so dang bad, he doesn't know what to do. He can't call certain plays. When he calls certain plays, Mitch Trubisky screws it up. When he calls the right plays, Mitch Trubisky screws up. And so it's been an adjustment for Matt Nagy because his quarterback can't make the simplest reads. The guy is so awful. With Baker, I think the fault is a lot on the coach. You have a really bad coach in Freddie Kitchens. I don't know. I'm just going Trubisky, and my boy Taylor Gabriel's on the Bears. I root for him every week. I feel like this could have been one of Gabriel's best years. His best career. He could have a career year this year, or possibly the second best. If next to that Super Bowl run they had against the Patriots when he was on the Falcons. And I just feel so bad for Taylor Gabriel. I feel like he's working hard. I feel like he's fitting better with the team this year. Last year, Gabriel was good but very inconsistent, made some drops, had some big plays. And I think Matt Nagy's a really good coach for a guy like Gabriel. Could really open things up, get the ball down the field, and make big plays. He also has Allen Robinson, Trey Burton's an afterthought. It's been so awful. And, of course, David Montgomery. A lot of us own David Montgomery in fantasy. And it's frustrating because Trubisky's murdering all the big plays because he can't even make a 5-yard read. You can't even do anything with this guy. So, I get you guys think it's Baker. We're talking about the most disappointing quarterback. I think it's Trubisky. Somebody said Andy Dalton. I don't know how big expectations were for the Bengals and Dalton. They're playing worse than anyone thought, but still. Next, we have another question for you guys. What do you guys say? Mitch didn't have as high expectations as Baker. People thought Baker would be a top 7 or so quarterback, while Mitch didn't have those expectations. This is true. I started Rivers this week because Brady's on bye, but Jacobs helped me out. Jacobs got that touchdown, saved your fantasy team for sure. Josh Jacobs is way better than I thought he would be. I watch a lot of NFL film on him now, and nothing stands out, but I think that's what he is. He's a very powerful, good runner. He's not as good as Zeke or anything, but he's a good fit on this system. He always gains like an extra 5 yards. He always falls forward, like really falls forward, and he can catch. He can run. So, Josh Jacobs, I underestimated you. I apologize. You've definitely proved me wrong. Raiders O-line, even with injuries, is playing extremely well. Oh yeah. Next question. Who's the worst current NFL coach right now? And I do have some people who gave me other names. We're looking at my Instagram account right now, Fantasy Couch Instagram. So my top 3 worst NFL coaches right now are Dan Quinn, Adam Gase and Freddie Kitchens. Let me know who's the worst NFL coach right now. Some other names brought up. What was Zach Taylor, because they're 0-8, they're winless, the Bengals. Some other names were Matt Patricia. I think the Lions have a lot of upside, but just hugely disappointing. And who was the other coach? Someone brought up. Oh, the Dolphins coach. Can't even remember. Sorry, I can't remember his name. But if you say it, I'll recognize. And I just definitely don't agree with those three. But whatever you guys think, let me know. So we have one. Peter says Adam Gase. Andrew says Browns has Super Bowl expectations. Falcons and Jets didn't. So Kitchens is the worst. Yeah, Kitchens. Quinn by far. Couch says Benito. A lot of expectations with Atlanta. Basically the same team that went to the Super Bowl and lost a 28-3 lead. Pat Shermer. Giants. Yes, that also was. That also was brought up. And Riley's asking weird questions about coming over to my spot, kicking it with me, getting a bit weird. So we'll just put him on timeout is all. Won't ban you or anything. You'll just be on a 300-second timeout. So yeah, who do you guys think is the worst NFL coach? Let me take a sip of water here. That was more than a sip. I think it's Freddie Kitchens. Freddie Kitchens is by far the worst coach. It's just awful in every facet of the game. I don't like how he talks on the podium. He either needs to shut up or be. He's not the cool Rex Ryan coach, and he's not Belichick. He just needs to either shut up. Well, he needs to just shut up because he's just not. He has no charisma, and I just don't like the way he talks. Don't like the way he is as a leader, and of course, I see barely anything just on the podium, so I'm just purely assuming here. But the play calling is god awful. And I always give coaches I'm like, okay, coach made a mistake. In hindsight, we like to criticize it, sure. Like the Patrick Mahomes QB sneak. Everyone got on him. Oh, why did you QB sneak with a guy who had a right ankle? He does a QB sneak and dislocates his left knee. Probably has nothing to do with the injury. So yeah, it seems dumb in hindsight, but we love to jump on that. Freddie Kitchens has been dumb on hindsight like every other game. It's been so bad. It's been horrible. Horrible play calls. Horrible offensive philosophy. Just call some damn play. Look, guy. Look. You have Chubb, Odell Beckham, and Jarvis Landry. And you had Njoku, for 1.5 games or half a game, whatever. You really can't get the ball out your hand. Mix it up a little. Just do what's best for your players and your offense, what you have, your personnel. Do what puts the most stress on the opposing defense. That's your job as a coach. That's the two things you got to do to run your offense. And they're doing way worse. They're doing way worse than the opposite of that. Making dumb calls, missing everything, not converting, nothing. Andrew says Kitchens should be working at my local McDonald's. That's accurate. Brian says Kitchens by far. Worst GM is Jet. Why? How do you hire Gase? Gase is a freaking weirdo and not good. Okay, he's definitely on this list, but I think Kitchens takes it. Cooking with Curry says Shermer doesn't know how to utilize Saquon effectively, and each week it drives me insane. This is true. It's a very good point you brought up here. Up the gut, yes. Okay, this is triggering me so far. Up the gut. I want to punch him in the gut. Yeah, when you get a guy like Saquon, who's essentially like Shady McCoy, but twice as good, you have to be able to use him. and it's a bit annoying. I like Saquon up the gut, but you mix that with throwing a crazy screen way out to the side. You mix it with using him as a receiver. You're mixing with a lot of things. You put stress on the defense. Like, move Saquon around, get him in space. Even if the play doesn't work, I don't care. The defense has to guard that. Are they going to put a cornerback on him? Okay, maybe run the ball. Are they going to put a linebacker out on coverage? Throw the ball to him. Like, come on, a linebacker defending Saquon? That's stupid. It doesn't even make any sense. Saquon is just as strong as a linebacker, but way faster. Right? He has that cornerback speed, but he's strong as a linebacker with those quads, Saquons. Kitchens can't cook up an effective drive to save his life. These are good. Keep them coming. Cooking with Curry. Worst GM is the Browns, and that also is by far, don't you think, forcing players and trades and a little kid quarterback Mayfield that is becoming another Manziel. No, I don't think the Manziel comparisons are fair. I think memeing about it, like, in all seriousness, I don't think it's fair. But the memes are justified. You see a Baker Mayfield versus Manziel meme. It's justified. I'm not defending that. There are comparisons to be made. The criticism and people, making fun of Baker right now is totally justified. It's fine. I don't think he's Manziel. I don't think he's that bad at all. I think he needs a better coach. I really do. I think Baker still has a lot of potential. Let's see how he does. I'm assuming Freddie Kitchens is gonna get fired. That's why I don't know if what I'm saying doesn't make any sense. You're like, what is it? What is it you're talking about? I'll talk about. I assume Kitchens is gonna get fired within the next few weeks at the end of this year, and then let's see what happens to Baker. Then there will be no more excuses for Baker Mayfield once they get rid of Freddie Kitchens. So let's get rid of the Kitchens, and let's see how the Baker does. Ryan Pace is pacing around Alice Hall, wondering why the hell he didn't pace himself in the draft and select Watson or Mahomes. I don't like that one, cooking with Curry. But the point you're making is totally right. They traded up a lot. They traded a lot of assets with my 49ers to move up one spot and draft a quarterback who wasn't ready. And albeit, I thought Trubisky was going to be decent this year, which sucks. Because Trubisky showed flashes last year. He had about seven games that were average or below average. And then he had about 3 games where he played at a crazy level that just was like, wow, this guy's got something. And so when I saw those 3 games, when I saw the 7 games where he didn't suck, I was like, man, and Matt Nagy's a great coach. I'm just talking about last year. I was like, man, if this guy can take a step forward, watch out, guys. Watch out. Bears drafted Trubisky before Mahomes and Watson. Imagine Chicago right now with either of them. Yeah. Taylor Gabriel and Mahomes would be insane. Taylor Gabriel and Watson would be insane. Watson buying time, making crazy moves, and Mahomes going deep to Gabriel would be awesome. They also got Allen Robinson, who's a great wide receiver. Poor man's he's a poor man's Mike Thomas. Allen Robinson is. It's just, yeah, I'm just telling you how I feel. I really feel for Taylor Gabriel. I feel like he really could have had a career year, and it's just unfortunate. And it's even dragging the Bears defense down. I know Akeem Hicks' injury is one of the main reasons, but yeah, when your quarterback's just doing nothing, just going back, not throwing the ball to the wide open guy, and just taking a sack, it's not helping anybody on that team. The whole morale is like, what are we doing? They know they're not going to win a Super Bowl. They know they're not going to make playoffs if their quarterback keeps playing this way. And now we're in week 10. So, we've already, let's give it some time. It's already week 10. The team's starting to kind of know that they're done. Cooking with Curry says, I'm a Bears fan. I love Nagy. I don't appreciate how fans are calling for his head. There's only so much you can do with a player like Fails Bisky. I don't hate the kid, but he ain't the truth. That's very accurate. I 100% agree with that. Nagy has made some mistakes. but he's only human. What? There's nothing you could have did with Trubisky. Okay, maybe a perfect coach would have got let's see 1.5 bet as much as they got out out of Trubisky, or let's just say twice as better as Trubisky. 2 times better than Trubisky is still crap. It's not even an average quarterback. That's what I'm saying. Alex Smith would do well. All they needed was an Alex Smith, and they got nothing. They've got like a Joe Flacco on their hands. Like, dude, who's a better quarterback, Joe Flacco or Trubisky? Like, seriously, these guys are trash. All right, we'll answer some fantasy football questions in a couple minutes here. Andrew says, with the Raiders winning tonight, could the Raiders be a sneaky playoff team? Of course. This was a must-win for both teams. Both teams want to win, make playoffs. Raiders won. Division game. Why not? Chargers are probably not making it. Yeah, they can make playoffs. I mean, they're not going anywhere in the playoffs. But the Raiders has surprised me. I think they surprised a lot of people. Why not, man? You always got to believe you can make playoffs. Oh, false Bisky. Oh, not true Bisky. Got it. This episode is sponsored by Monkey Knife Fight, guys, where you can play simple, stupid simple, fun, and you can enter super fast daily fantasy prop games. So we're going to play right now. It's super simple to do and take you about less than 2 minutes probably to enter. I like seeing it. I got to work with Steve Mariucci. It was awesome. So I like seeing Mooch on TV. So head on over to monkeyknifefight.com. Use promo code COUCH when you sign up. You'll get a 100% deposit match up to $50. Or just follow the link below in the description. We're going to head on over to MKF right now. So go to monkeyknifefight.com. Once you got some deposit money, click new game. So I'm going to be doing it right now with you guys so you can see. So you go to new game. This will pop up. And I've been looking at the contest today, and this is the one I like. Star Shootout, early games. And we're going to go to Fantasy Challenge. Now, with these goals, you get to pick your goal. So you get to pick an easy goal, a medium goal, or a difficult goal. And so with these two, the medium or difficult goal, you want to pick these boom or bust type of players. Not necessarily boom or bust, but let's say players with a lot of upside, not necessarily a high floor. And with this one, you want to pick players with a little bit higher floor and kind of get you that guaranteed points. I'm going to go right here in the middle. And these are the 3 players we're going to pick. So I'm definitely picking Michael Thomas. So the goal is to score the most fantasy points. Pick the 3 players you think will score the most fantasy points. So I'm going Michael Thomas, Saquon Barkley, and because we're picking the medium goal, it's a little bit harder to do. I'm going to go with Tyreek Hill. He has a ton of upside. Let's hope Shermer uses Saquon Barkley the right way. And then we have Michael Thomas, who's pretty much like an RB1. He's so consistent. So the goal is to get over 76 fantasy points. And if we do, we get 3x. So if we buy in for $10, we'll win 30. And that's what I'm going to do. You can buy in for as little as 2. I'm going to buy in for $10 here and get to win $30. So I'm going Mike Thomas, Saquon, Tyreek Hill, submit. Boom. It's that easy. They also have other contests such as over under. I love that one. And the touchdown dance. Pick 3 players to that you think will score the most touchdowns, and if they score the touchdowns, you get to dance. All right. Yep, that's it. So guys, make sure you head on over to monkeyknifefight.com, or better yet, follow the link below in the description. Head on over to monkeyknifefight.com. Use promo code COUCH. You get a 100% deposit match up to $50. Make sure to head on over to MKF. Use promo code COUCH. I'll see you there, and good luck on Monkey Knife Fight. Yeah, that's all I got. So let's do some fantasy questions before we head out. Do 3 teams from the NFC West make the playoffs? No. I don't think so. Let's look at the NFC standing. Oh. Let's bring that up. It's loading right here on the screen. Niners making playoffs. Oh, do we have a playoff picture one? The screen froze. Playoff picture? NFL.com. Playoff picture. Well, here we have it, guys. We're bringing this up. What's the best way to... Okay, this looks a little better, like right there. Okay. That looks good, actually. Okay. So this is the playoff picture on NFL.com. Patriots, first seed. Ravens, second seed. And Niners, first seed. Saints, second seed. Packers are probably going to make it. No, man. I think the Rams don't make it. But we'll see. The Rams should beat the Steelers this week. It's just, yeah, the Rams don't have it this year, man. Should the Chargers move from LA? What do you guys think? I don't know where they're going to move to. Maybe they should move to San Diego. Yeah, there you go. Droid knows what's up. Yeah, move to San Diego. People don't want to pay for the stadium, though. So, yeah, I just don't see the Rams making it. But they have a good record. Like, they can. And, yeah, this should be a W for them against the Steelers. Let's see. Dang, look at the Raiders, guys. There are some really bad AFC teams, my God. Bengals, Jets, Dolphins, all in the AFC. Browns, Broncos, wow. So, yeah, I mean, as of right now, Rams are not making the playoffs. So, I guess the Cowboys have a tiebreaker against them. Don't know why exactly, but probably better record in the division. So Cowboys seem to have the tiebreaker over the Rams. Maybe I'm not seeing it. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. It says Cowboys are currently the 4th seed. Rams are 7th seed. Yeah, so I don't know. Rams win this week. They got a shot. Niners, Seahawks. That's going to be crazy. Yeah, there's no doubt about the Patriots having the easiest division. And this year, the Jets are even worse. How is that possible? Jets are even worse than before. Like, Dolphins are even worse than before. So, only other team that's decent is the Bills in that division. Naaman says, Couch, my RBs are Miles Sanders, Michelle, Drake, Mixon, Jamal Williams. My wide receivers are Hopkins, Godwin, Tate, Ridley. Should I trade Godwin for Edelman and James Conner? I just don't like James Conner much is all. So I would look. Why don't you try to get a guy like David Johnson or Kamara? And I think you kind of late on that train because I was trying to really get him earlier. But, yeah. As an extremely biased Seahawks fan, I think we have a chance to beat the Niners. That'll be a great game. I'm not a biased Niner fan, but I love my Niners. Seahawks, of course, have a chance to beat the Niners. This isn't like Seahawks aren't a garbage team, dude. Seahawks right now are 7-2. They have the league's Russell Wilson is a top 3 MVP candidate. He could easily. People probably vote for him to be MVP if we had the voting right now. So you got Russell Wilson playing MVP level football. Seahawks are rolling. They just got Josh Gordon, and they're facing the Niners, who are getting healthier but still not 100% healthy. Of course they got a shot. Now the Niners are favored to win by about 6. Let me see the lines here. Let me make this big for you guys. There we go. Niners are favored to win by 6 points. And that's it. I'm going to trust Vegas on this one. So probably projected to be a close game, and the Niners win by a couple of field goals. Robbie Gould isn't. It just seems like he may not play. I don't think he's playing. So, yeah. Pick 2 to start. Christian Kirk, Gallup, Ronald Jones, standard. Since it's standard, I'm going to bench Gallup and start Ronald Jones and Christian Kirk in that high-scoring game. Kane says, I traded Josh Allen for O.J. Howard. I have no tight ends, and I have Russell Wilson and Drew Brees. I like O.J. Howard this week, but Bruce Arians has completely pissed me off when it comes to Bucs tight ends. I don't know. Well, Saucy Boy, we're doing Monkey Knife Fight on this episode, so that's my best play right here. This is what I would do. I'd highly recommend just heading over to Monkey Knife Fight, and it really helps support the channel. So at the very least, check it out. I think you can check out the games without signing up. But I do have a promo code for you, though. Chark or McLaurin rest of season. I got to look at the schedules. I'm leaning towards Chark. And Washington schedule. So Jaguars, okay. I like these 15 and 16 Raiders Falcons. That's what Chark's gonna face. This is good too. This is very good as well. I'm gonna lean towards Chark, but it's pretty close. I think Jaguars are a little bit more of a consistent team, have a little bit more hope. I know what I'm getting more out of the Jaguars. They have Minshew and Foles. I like both quarterbacks. What's the Jaguars record? 4-5. They still have playoff hopes. As for Washington, they're done. They're the worst team in the NFC, 1-8. That's very bad. Sub couch. That's a brutal thumbnail, bro. Yeah, I've seen that picture a few times on social media, so I decided to put it up here. I felt like it was, right after Thursday Night Football. Phillip Rivers threw about 5 interceptions, but 2 of them got the Raiders got flagged for 2 of them. So my God, how many picks did he have? 3 real interceptions, but he had about 5. Jeez. Going to change QBs. Well, to be fair, didn't Chark catch that 1 touchdown? Didn't Chark and Foles connect for a touchdown? And also, it's full. Dude, Scary Terry is changing quarterbacks too. What are you talking about, bro? Do you not know a guy named Dwayne Haskins who's not that good? Yeah, I mean, Kay's like, oh, he's changing quarterbacks. What about Washington? Who's the quarterback there? I started Breeze over Russell Wilson. Do you agree, Couch? Yes, 100% agree. Who wins this trade? Zeke and Chris Herndon for Chark, Mack, and Breeze. Well, I can't really say. I think it's even because you're trading a running back, an elite running back, a tight end who's never played, for a wide receiver, a good running back, and a really good quarterback. It's hard to really judge that. So I'm just going to say it's fair. Obviously, if you need a running back and you get Zeke, you're winning. And if you needed a wide receiver and a quarterback and you get Chark and Breeze, that's pretty good. So I think it's an extremely fair trade. I do love Zeke, and I always say quality over quantity. But, I mean, you're getting Chark, Mack, and Breeze, the other side, so that's pretty good as well. I do like Breeze a lot. Couch, can you predict my Packers win-loss rest of season? Yeah, let's look at this. So they're 7-2, right? They're 7-2. Let's go win over the Panthers. So 8-2, loss against the Niners, 8-3. Giants 9-3. Washington 9-4. Bears 10-4. And out of the Vikings and Lions, they'll lose one of those. So I'm going 11-5 for the Packers, man. 11-5 Packers record. There you have it. I think it can easily be 12-4 though, because they can possibly win against the Niners, and they might be able to beat the Vikings and Lions. So no, I think 11-5 is fair though. I think they've won some close games. Lions should have easily beat them. Was the Cowboys line banged up when they lost to the Packers? Yeah, they started off a little slow and sloppy. 10-3 against the Bears was a sloppy win. No, they don't lose to Washington. Wait a second. 7-2. 7-2. 8-3. 8-2. 8-3. 9-3. Wait. They win 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. No, I got it right. They win 4 games. They win 4 more games. They have 7 wins right now, so they'll be 11-5. No, they don't lose to Washington. Come on, dude. Unless I accidentally said, I don't think I said that, but if I accidentally said that, it was an accident. My opponent had 90% of today's players and they all did well. Oh, so he had Jacobs. Who else did well? Melvin Gordon got his touchdown. Hunter Henry did well. 49ers record will be. Why are we doing this? I'm glad you guys we're talking about the NFL, and everyone sometimes is like, shut up, answer my fantasy question. So I just want to talk a little bit about regular NFL, some cool topics. Mike's not here. I mean, what am I going to do? I need Mike to balance it out. What are Niners? 8-0? No, 9 no, they're 8-0. 8-0. So Seahawks. See, win. One of these will be a loss. So 1, 2, 3. Loss. 4, 5, 6. So I say they win their next 6 games. So let's say 49ers record 14-2. So Seahawks, they win. Cardinals, they win. Out of the Packers and Ravens, they lose one of those and win the other. Saints, they lose in New Orleans. Falcons, they win. Rams, they win. And Seahawks, they probably win. So that's what I got it at, 14-2. Patriots, what is going on? Hey, is this what you guys want to do? Is this the game you guys want to play, huh? Is this what you want to do? I'll play. I'm not scared. You think I'm scared to play this game? Peace out, man. Patriots. What are the Patriots right now? 8-1. Okay, I'm gonna count the wins on my hand so that way this will go faster. So they're 8-1 next. They have a bye week. Then they face the Eagles. I'll say win. That's 9-1. Cowboys win 10-1. Out of Texans and Chiefs, they'll lose one. So let's go 11-1. No, 11-2. Sorry. And then Bengals 12-2. Bills. I think they'll win. So I think 14-2, maybe 13-3, maybe 13-3. I think let's just say 13-3. Figure out a way to lose it, or I don't know. 14-2 sounds cool. Thanks, Couch. I really like your content. I'm getting more people from Mexico to subscribe. That's what I'm talking about. International audience. We just got Mike's like, someone from Germany hit me up with a message. I was like, someone from Germany hits me up at least once or twice a week. And that's just people that tell me like, hey, greetings from Germany. You know, like there's a ton of people in Germany that listen to the couch. Germany, Ireland, Australia, England, Mexico, of course, Canada, of course, U.S., Philippines, Japan. What countries am I missing? A lot of southern South America, Brazil, Ecuador. A lot of countries, man, listening to the couch. So yeah, and that's, I mean, when do we hear that international? I was like, damn, man, that's big time. Patriots will make it to the Super Bowl. Let's be honest. NFL is fixed when it comes to them. I won't say it's fixed, but there's something going on. That winning magic. Oh, Saucy is from Australia. I love that, man. Appreciate you watching from down under. Do we have to do this Seahawks record? I have officially ran out of water. I don't know what's wrong with me. You hear that? Smell. I can't stop drinking water during these live streams. I don't get, during normal times, I take a sip or two. Right when I start live streaming or doing a podcast, it's like I want to chug 5 cups of water. Oh, Seahawks record. I meant Seahawks schedule. Seahawks are 7-2. So let's go. Loss to the Niners, 7-3. Win, beat the Eagles, 8-3. Lose to the Vikings, 8-4. Beat the Rams, 9-4. Beat the Panthers, 10-4. Beat the Cardinals, 11-4. Then beat the Niners, 12-4. So Seahawks will end the season 12-4, which is great. Did you know that American football was so popular at army bases? Yeah, because I lived in Japan right next to a naval base with a military family, just a very brief amount of time in Japan, and met a lot of Marines and sailors and people in the army over there in Japan. And yeah, I mean, definitely they play fantasy football there. And so, yeah, I did know for sure. We have someone in the couch league. He's in the Navy, and he said they would play when they're out to sea. They would have a little draft board. They would fold it up. They'd put it up, and I think they had internet there, but he said it was super, super, super slow and inconsistent, like unreliable. So he would have my cheat sheet printed out, and they would print out cheat sheet for the entire crew that was playing. And, in their little bugs with the, on sea, they would play it and stuff during their free time. So they had their draft when they were out at sea. So yeah, I mean, most definitely. Yeah, man. And that's where like a lot of people from Germany and whatnot, but Germans are catching on, not just Americans living in Germany, but Germans are really catching on. Mike's going around Europe right now, and he was watching some dude with a beard in Germany talking in a Patriots jersey talking football. He's like, oh, this is the German braid right here. So, okay, what did Steve say? Should I start Jones, so Ronald Jones over Amendola this week, and start Woods over Boyd? So I would start Woods over Boyd. As far as the Ronald Jones thing goes, I would probably start Ronald Jones, especially if it's non-PPR. Yeah, so start Ronald Jones, and I would start Woods. But it is kind of close. Yeah. Should I trade Mixon and Metcalf for Singletary? Awesome question, and I agree with everyone else who's saying, yeah, go trade Singletary. Josh Gordon's there now in Seattle. he's adding a little bit of risk to eat into Metcalf's targets. I have Metcalf in 2 leagues, and I don't like it. And also, yeah, Mixon is Mixon. So go get Singletary. I think you should be ecstatic for this trade. You now have a real player on your team, and you're selling DK Metcalf high, which he shouldn't be high because they just signed Josh Gordon. But good job with that. Oh, you're welcome. What do you think about Waller the rest of the season? He's going to be inconsistent. Teams are catching on to him. How many fantasy points did he get this week? How do we look that up? I don't have my league up here. He didn't do well today, did he? I don't think he did it. I only remember him getting like 1 or 2 catches. I could be mistaken though. Waller got 7 points. Is that right? 3 receptions, 40 yards. That's pretty bad, I'd say. Yeah, he's going to be inconsistent. He's not the same Waller as we saw earlier, but still good. Like, he'll still be good, just probably not top 3 tight end. Yeah. Couch must win this week. Tevin Coleman, Jamal Williams, or Latavius Murray. Definitely go with Tevin Coleman. Just the best one. No ceiling, no floor, none of that. Just start Tevin Coleman. I think the Saints will blow out Atlanta, leaning towards Latavius. But you don't want to start a player based on that. Tevin Coleman has been getting twice as many snaps as Matt Breida. Also, 49ers missing both their tackles and their star fullback, Kyle Juszczyk. Kyle Juszczyk probably back. Star left tackle Joe Staley probably back. Their other linemen maybe back, maybe not. Definitely start Tevin Coleman, man. Don't overthink this. Don't go with too many this or that, and it doesn't matter if it's standard or PPR. Anyway, guys, make sure you do visit monkeyknifefight.com, or better yet, just follow the link below. Use promo code COUCH. You'll get a 100% deposit match up to $50. So head on over to MKF where you can play daily fantasy props. Also, it really helps support Fantasy Couch. Thank you guys so much for that. Make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel and our main channel where we have most of our content, Fantasy Couch. You can also subscribe to this podcast. And please leave a review. Do so on Stitcher. Do so on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Make sure you're subscribed. Like this if you're watching the video. Dislike it if you didn't like it. I'll catch you on the next one.